since becoming a father about 15 months ago. Obviously, that kind of can impact your running and the amount of volume you can do and the amount of time you've got to dedicate to it. So I've now taken to my easy days as being buggy running days, which I've done since Arlo was about 5 months old, since he was old enough to hold his head up straight. And that's what the government recommendations are when it's safe. So couldn't really do it before that. And we've done it ever since it's our thing, kind of every Tuesday and Friday. So Project Airfield, as it has been labelled by my my cameraman, is me just trying to set a new PB at the marathon distance. I've done a few marathons over kind of the last few years. Did one at the very beginning when I first started running, which obviously wasn't a great time, but I was happy with at the time. And then I've done some hilly ones recently. So I wanted to try and hit the flats and see what kind of time I've got in my legs. We're heading up to the local airfield to take a crack at the marathon distance. I'm going to be joined on the bike by Will, and I'm going to do about 10.5 laps of the airfield. That's about 4 kilometres. It's pretty flat, so it's going to be interesting. So I've got some times in mind for the weekend. Obviously, it's always good to have a plan A, plan B, plan C, and probably a plan D at the end of the day as well. My personal best at the moment is 2 hours 53 minutes or thereabouts on a local marathon. So this time with speed work, I'm aiming for plan A under 2 hours and 40 minutes. That averages out at about 3 minutes 48 seconds per kilometre, or give or take about 6 minute miling, I think. Plan B is going to be kind of 2:45. That's whereabouts I'm looking at, and anything after that's plan C. In terms of how I'm going to actually approach the run, I mean, I've been kind of doing a lot of reading on the internet and things about how to pace a marathon and what to expect and stuff like that, and everyone always says to start out slow and pick up the pace towards the end, which I've told myself in every single race I've ever run. Anyone who's ever raced me knows perfectly well that I shoot off at the start and slow down at the end. So I'm going to use every fibre of my being to try and hold back at the start. I understand the science behind that. You slow down your lactic acid build up and then you've got more at the end, but it's just easier said than done when you're so excited at the beginning of a race, especially when we haven't raced for so long as well. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. And I mean, as you can tell by the way I'm talking, I am genuinely taking it as a race, and I won't have people to chase, but I certainly feel like that adrenaline's going to be there for the day as well. There's been quite a bit of build up in my mind for this, so really excited.
Thank you all for coming out. This has been ridiculous, so thank you so much. This one's called Move Like You Want. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. Early on, they were playing blues downtown, or some kind of Mississippi soul. And I know, oh, that culture right Baby, move like you ought to, honey, move just to please me. Oh, 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 baby, move like you ought. Lady, move like you. Oh, I saw ya. Oh, watching the band play slow, no, no, no. Hey, rise like a morning star. Oh, in the soul of the early evening glow. Oh, I know, I know, I know, I know. Oh, you were burning up inside. Alright, so these feelings are so hard to hide. Oh, so darling, good blow. Oh, oh, and like there's no one else around to. Oh, no, baby, move like you want. Lady, move like you. Oh, 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 no, honey, move like you ought to. Baby, move just to please. Oh, 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 baby, move like you want. Lady, move like you need. Get down. Oh, oh, like there's no one else around. Oh, I'm get down. Oh, oh, like there's no one else around. Oh, oh, like there's no one else. Oh, oh, like there's no one else around. Oh, oh, like there's no one else around. Oh, oh, like there's no one else around. Bad Bond on guitar. What about Chris Bond on drums? Andy Bourne on bass.
That's it.
40.
Woo.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, is that right? Seems about right to me.
Oh my god.
Woo!
That is 236.56. Yes. Oh my god. That's a 17-minute PB.
I saw red and yellow flowers outside over the moors. Yeah. Bright as sunrise, oh, to touch my eyes. Oh, and through it all, I stood and stumbled, waded through my thoughts and heart, through it all.